What's up everyone? Adam back here with another how-to video. This time I'm going to be showing you how to change over those pesky little leaking seals that are in the top of your steering rack in the RC Colorado. So before I get into the instructions of the video, there is a couple of things you're going to need first. I'm going to show you. First thing is you're going to need one of these seals. You're going to need this O-ring seal as well. Now I'll have the dimensions for these seals down in the description below. You can grab these from any sort of bearing or seal shop. You can't get them from Supercheap or Autobarn or even Holden, Isuzu, Ford. None of them have it. There's no partner, they don't have it. And the other thing you're going to need is also a paint pen and some degreaser, as well as some top up power steering fluid, because you are going to lose a little bit by doing this job. So let's get into the instructions. Firstly, place an oil drip pan or tray underneath the steering rack. Next, unscrew the hose clamp on the intake pipe to the airbox. If you have a snorkel, unscrew the hose clamp that clamps that too. Now unclip the top half of the airbox, remove the air filter, remove the vacuum line on the back of the airbox and the intake pipe and set aside. Now grab a 12mm socket and long extension to undo the front and driver's side airbox bolts only at this stage, then twist the airbox to give access to the ECU bolt. Now that the airbox is moved to the side, we need to remove this ECU. There are 3 bolts holding this ECU down. Grab yourself a 10mm ratchet spanner and undo the 3 bolts. Lay down a clean rag and move the ECU aside. Now you can undo the last airbox bolt and remove the airbox. Next, we need to remove the breather and hose clamp from the intake pipe and set the intake pipe aside. Don't be alarmed if you find oil in the intake. This is normal and referred to as blow-by. It is just oil from the breather. Also, don't forget to put your fingers in the gaping hole and play with the turbo's compressor wheel like a schoolboy's first time playing with a fidget spinner. Clean off any oil with degreaser, wipe it down, and then let it dry. Once it is all dry, grab your paint pen and mark the small uni joint to the spline at each end wherever you are happy to refer to later. You may even need to move the steering wheel to suit. Even mark down the rubber cover and onto the steering rack if you need to. Now, go find your 12mm spanner or 12mm socket and undo the 2 bolts holding the shaft together. Remove the bolts completely and then remove the shaft. The shaft may need some gentle persuasion with WD-40 and a hammer. Now you would have seen that did come off pretty easily, but I have already done this once before. When I went and got the seal, you can see how much I had been hammering it just to try and get it off. If you haven't done this before, you may need to grab some WD-40 and soak it after you've marked it, only after you've marked it. Remove the rubber cover. Now the fun part. If you don't have a specialty tool like myself, you can use a small punch, although it will cause some minor damage. Hammer the punch against the seal cap in an anti-clockwise direction to remove it, just like so. It is a fine thread, so it may take a little while and it will be tight. Eventually it will loosen and you can remove the cap. Now to remove the main seal, you can use a socket and lightly hammer the seal out like so. Now remove the O-ring using a pick or something similar. And don't forget to give this a good clean out before putting in the new seal. To insert the new seal, all that is required is to press the seal back in place with your fingers until it seats properly, just as it was. Next, grab the new O-ring and slide that into place as well. Now grab a little oil and run that all around the O-ring and the inside seal. push the cap back into the rack and tighten the cap back up. The seal I was given was slightly too large, and so I had to lightly hammer mine to tighten it up. I ended up redoing this job with the right O-ring and have the correct O-ring size in the description below. Now put the rubber cover back on. Place the steering shaft back onto the rack and the column shaft. Put the two shaft locking bolts back in and tighten them back up. Refit the intake pipe, the breather pipe, and tighten the hose clamp to the turbo. Reinstall the airbox and tighten up the one bolt to the rear only. Place the ECU back down and tighten all three bolts back up again with a 10mm spanner. Place the snorkel hose clamp back on, insert the airbox and tighten up the hose clamp. Now insert and tighten up the other two airbox bolts. Reinsert your air filter and the top half of the airbox. Then refit the intake hose and tighten up the hose clamp. Don't forget to refit the vacuum line. Now lastly, top up the power steering fluid. So that is pretty much it, everyone, other than one last thing, and that is to either, you can do one of two things. You can either take this for, take your car for a quick drive, come back, check that fluid and top it back up. It seems to be a pretty self-bleeding system. Otherwise, what you can do is jack the vehicle up, turn the car on, and just turn the steering wheel back and forth until all the fluid is drained through, top it back up. Just keep doing it until it stays level. Otherwise, that's it for the instructions, and that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully this makes it easier for you when you need to tackle this job too. See you around.